Today I have 6 tips for artists and creators who are traveling around the world. Hello, I'm back! Yay! Not only here on the channel but also in Mexico. I miss so much this warm side of the planet. Well, I was outside Mexico and I was out of my home traveling around Europe, and it was meant to be only a pleasure trip, but then it became a mix of pleasure and working trip. I went to Dubai to teach an in-person course on fashion illustration and fashion design. I was in Milan, in London, and finally in Castiglione d'Asti in Italy. And now I'm back here at my home studio, and I'm so happy to be here, and I'd love to share with you these tips for you if you're an artist, a creative, a fashion designer, or you name it, and if you're traveling around the world. Let's get started. Okay, the number one is to meet with fellow creatives. As soon as I knew I was going to be in Europe, I started searching for meetups and communities that would be gathering around Europe. I found a Christmas party that was going to be in December in London, so I went there. I bought my ticket. It was a Christmas party hosted by Carrie Green from Female Entrepreneur Association. And then as soon as I signed up for that event, I realized there was going to be a meetup with just a few persons, just a few creatives and entrepreneurs. So I immediately said yes. Even if I was in Milan, I knew I wanted to travel around Europe, and I also knew that I wanted to meet with other people. So that's my tip number one. Meet up with fellow creatives, engage with them, connect with each other, make friends. My tip number two, it's kind of related to the other one, and it is to be open. Be open to meet new people. It doesn't matter now, it doesn't matter if they're not part of your creative community, if they're not related to your creative passions. It doesn't matter. Just be open to share who you are, to meet new people, to hanging out and go somewhere with people. This is something that was really hard for me because I'm such an introvert, and even say hello was super daunting. But then I realized that people are actually good and they're great, and they help you to create beautiful memories in your trips. So be open to meet new people. My tip number three is to make sure your phone cameras is good enough, or bring one that is high quality and that is also portable enough. This was it was super hard for me to take my DSLR everywhere with me because it's heavy and it's big and it's sturdy, and yeah, I can have pretty cool pictures and videos, but it's just not good enough to take everywhere I was going. So I took pics and videos with just my cell phone camera. It was not as professional as my DSLR, but it made a great job. My tip number four is actually one of my sister's tips, and it is don't be lazy, please. My sister is such an inveterate traveler, and she knows I'm kind of lazy, so she was get out of the room and go and know the places around you. So yeah, I know. Sometimes stay only on the hotel and the room and the pool, and yeah, you know. Anyways, don't be lazy. take your cell phone again, search for good places to be around wherever the area, wherever the country, city, or whatever that you are, and search for good places to visit, search for museums, search for the most iconic parts of that city and go there. My tip number 5 is to journal at the end of the day or even in the middle of the day in a park and a bench or whatever. It is something I wish I had done more because it keeps track of all the little pieces of your trip, those little things that make your days. So make sure you journal about your day, what it was like, what you saw, what was inspiring, what was moving to you. Besides keeping track of every day of your travels and what was inspiring and what was moving, touching, and changing, you are making sure you're keeping track of what was inspiring for your future creations. And tip number 6, the last one, is to create whenever you feel like creating. I took with myself my watercolor toolkit in travel size. Wherever I go, I was taking with me my watercolors, my paper, and everything in my toolkit. I'll share it with you on a future video. But I barely used it, and it's okay because when you're traveling, you are there to be present. You're there to be experiencing what is around you, what you're seeing, what it's people doing, and it is all about immersing yourself into the now and be there, be present. So if inspiration strikes, then do whatever you have to do. If your ideas are bursting, then create and get your hands to work. But if it doesn't, be okay with that and be present, be in the now, enjoy your travel, and later on you will find yourself again trying to translate all those experiences and all those memories into beautiful creations. Great, so that's it for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that these tips have been insightful and enlightening to you. Hope to hear from your trips and other tips that you have down in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye! And before you go, I want to invite you to my brand new community. It is for all of you fashion artists and creatives, fashion illustrators, fashion designers, and surface pattern designers who are eager and craving to create from the heart. I made it all for you. If you want to grow your skills, discover your authentic style, and build a thriving business, of course, all from the heart. See you there. Bye!